Welcome back. Our next film for review was decided after wondering whether we should do something with Baz Luhrmann, Leonardo DiCaprio, or a man in drag. For efficiency's sakes, we decided to do all three. That's right, today we are doing a guilty pleasure segment on the 1996 Romeo and Juliet. I'm here with Raven Nelson so she can tell our psychoanalyst why she likes the film. Raven, tell us about Romeo plus Juliet.
There's no need to add the plus there, okay?
Well, it's a plus in the title. It's the actual title. It's Romeo plus Juliet.
It's like the little hand symbol. Whatever. Okay, it's... In terms of literary merit, it's actually the most accurate out of any of, well, the two most famous ones being the 60s version with the Zac Efron lookalike and this one. It's the most accurate in terms of literary terms, but the only thing that they do wrong is that they don't actually kill Paris. So I noticed that last night.
Well, he's played by the great, forgot his name.
Paul Rudd.
Man. I know. Wasn't my idea.
So, like, you can't kill Paul Rudd.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, okay. But, so, upon rewatching this film, I've only seen this film, like, one other time, and that was in high school. I saw, like, 30 minutes of it, and I hated it.
Yeah, I saw the whole thing in high school.
And upon your request to review this for this show, I rewatched it, and I can say that I hate it a little less.
Yeah, it's...
But I still hate it.
Okay, well, to each their own.
Well, the thing is just like, upon rewatching, I hate it for different reasons now. That's the main difference. Because a lot of people say, oh, the big reason people hate it is the mixture between the modern Verona aesthetic and the Shakespearean language and the mixture of the two.
No, props to Baz Luhrmann for doing that. I love that he does that.
This idea would work, honestly, in my opinion. But the thing that falls flat for me is the performances and how they deliver the lines, mainly from Leonardo DiCaprio and the other actress,
Claire Danes,
who like doesn't really give that Shakespearean conviction, and like I just don't like the chemistry between the two, and that's what falls flat for me. The aesthetic could have worked, like the idea of mixing Verona, like it's a crazy idea, but it could work upon rewatching it. But the performances just don't work. And that's what really sets it apart from the other Shakespearean adaptions.
I disagree with that. I really do. Like, for one, Black drag Mercutio is what Shakespeare would have wanted, and I will stand by that. And I think Mercutio is the best actor in that whole thing.
He's the only good part. The best way I described it to you when I finished it, it's like there's 5 minutes of good movie in here, and it's all Mercutio.
Yeah.
The party at the Capulet scene is one of my favorite scenes in movie history because it is absolutely insane. Like, that scene is just like insane. It's like after finishing the movie, I watched that scene like twice, like just for that scene. That's like honestly the only thing I would recommend like viewers to watch. Like, cause like honestly, I've only seen among Baz Luhrmann's filmography, I've only seen Moulin Rouge and I've only seen The Great Gatsby. And out of those three, Romeo and Juliet's easily my least favorite. And it's mainly due to the fact that the performances are incredibly weak and the pacing is just awful. Like, again, like if there was like a bar graph, I would like this, it would be like kind of flatline. And then like every time Mercutio showed up, it was like bam. And then it goes back down. And it's like, oh, and then you're still getting residual effects of that intensity. So it kind of stays a little higher. And then like when Mercutio dies, spoilers,
y'all should have taken high school English,
for a story
okay?
that came out in the 1600s.
We're not gonna care if we spoil anything. If you didn't take high school freshman English, not our problem.
Yes. So like when Mercutio dies, it's like it just goes down and it flatlines like in just the bottom of the barrel. It gets the after Mercutio dies, the movie just flatlines for me. It just is so boring. Like even like the intense death scene just doesn't work. It's just laughably boring.
I liked the death scene. I mean, it's not as good as Mercutio's. My two absolute favorite parts of it are the Queen Mab speech or the Queen Mab monologue and Mercutio's death scene. I think those were the best.
The Mercutio death scene, like, I feel it felt really anticlimactic because, like, you really get like I said, Mercutio in this movie is easily the best part. It's like the best part of the movie, but the way he dies is just so anticlimactic. Like he just almost like he disappears almost. Like he's just gone now. And I feel like it's it wasn't really what I wanted. I guess because like I wanted the movie to focus more on Mercutio, even though it's about Romeo and Juliet. Because like once Mercutio shows up, you don't give like two craps about Leonardo DiCaprio and Claire Danes.
I care about young Leonardo DiCaprio.
So okay.
I love Leonardo DiCaprio, and I love
Talk
teenage.
about Leo. I hate young Leo.
I love young Leo.
Like regular Leo is okay. Like I liked him in Wolf of Wall Street. I liked him in Django. Everything else he's just okay in. But like young Leo, I absolutely despise. He ruined Titanic for me, and he definitely ruined this movie for me as well.
I feel personally disgraced.
Yeah, I haven't seen Basketball Diaries in a while. I've only seen like parts of Basketball Diaries, and I still haven't seen Gilbert Grape. Those are the two performances that come to like people tend to praise when it comes to young Leo. But in terms of his rom-com stuff, I absolutely he has like no charisma, and it's just like I feel annoyed whenever he's on screen. He's just an annoying actor when he was young. I'll give you a moment. Like my opinion is not going to change. I hate young Leo.
Okay, well, I disagree. I think he's great for rom-coms. I would totally make out with young Leo.
Exactly, that's the point. He's aesthetically attractive. That's the only reason.
No, he's very charming as well.
He's not charming.
Yes,
No.
Okay, in sort of the beginning where he's like whining over Rosaline, he's annoying, but he's supposed to be annoying. That's the whole point, is that, excuse me, the first act is supposed to be dramatic and annoying, and it's like, oh, these two young teenagers in love, blah, blah, blah. And that's the whole point.
Well, I guess it comes like, because I never got that vibe from any of the other Romeos from like the past iterations, even though like Romeo and Juliet is not really meant to be taken seriously. Like, and there's actual debate among scholars of whether people should take Romeo and Juliet seriously in terms of it's a tragedy or if it's actually just a comedy, like a self-aware comedy. But yeah, even then, I still don't get that vibe from the other Romeos. But this one, he just freaking annoys the crap out of me.
I think it's good that he annoys the crap out of you.
He's not charming. Like whenever he interacts with his friends like Mercutio, it just I don't get that connection or chemistry from him. Like I get it from Mercutio. Mercutio should have played Romeo and Juliet. Romeo, you should play both Romeo and Juliet. That would be great.
No.
But I just don't get it.
See, my favorite way to read Romeo and Juliet is the first couple of parts be just dramatic and annoying and over the top and comedic, where it's like, you met this girl once and you're already marrying her. What are you doing?
Yeah, no,
And then, like, the really climatic point is when Mercutio dies, and then from then on, it's supposed to be a tragedy.
Yeah, no, I get that vibe, and it's a fair reading, but when Leo just doesn't sell it for me. He's just one of those people. I guess when it comes down to it, it's just it's really subjective on whether you really like a performance or not. And for me, like I said, regular Leo is okay. He doesn't transcend other actors, but he's okay. He's kind of like one of those serviceable actors where it's just like he's not gonna ruin a film for you, except young Leo. Young Leo would, but
Fight me.
I would for me that was one of my big problems with Titanic when that came out was I was like 1 when that came out, but when I saw it, the thing that took it away from me was that I love Kate Winslet, but I hate Leo, and that was the big takeaway from Titanic.
I'm so mad.
So
I'm so mad that you're disgracing young Leo like this.
Okay,
he deserves more respect.
No.
I think he's a very charming actor, especially in Titanic. I think he plays
He's charming in the sense, when you see when you go to Chuck E. Cheese and you see the little kids playing the ball pit and you're like, oh, that's cute, but
No, I don't know because I don't like kids. I like young Leo.
No, but it's whenever you're a mom and you're oh, you're so proud that your little kid's alive and in the ball pit playing, kind of thing. So
Can't relate.
It's just, you know what I'm saying? It's why is the mom that excited that the kid is playing in the ball pit? But mom is. That's what you are right now with young Leo. You're just you have no reason to like this person.
I think he's charming. I think he's charming and he's very attractive.
Exactly. You just think he's attractive.
No, I think he's charming and attractive.
That's the same thing.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
There's no,
charming is about personality, and I think he has a nice, in this movie, I think he has a nice, kind of swept away torrential love thing and he's kind of like silly. Like I really enjoy the whole scene in the pool where he keeps like falling into the pool and stuff because he's just a klutz and he thinks that he can hide by like grabbing a sheet. I thought that was funny. I thought it was really funny. I thought it was very endearing.
I don't buy it. I see the fakeness. Like there's this picture where it's just like it's like a 3x3 of like all of that's supposed to show the emotional range of young Leonardo DiCaprio. Have you seen this picture?
No, I have not.
Okay. Whoever's editing this, put in a picture of this, and like you just see all the pictures, and you're just like, what range? Like I don't see it. Like it's just supposed to show the emotional range, and he's doing all these goofy. He's not like real. It's like a photo booth. Like he's just showing goofy faces. That's really what young Leo is to me. Like I can't take him seriously, and I'm not invested in anything he's going through. Okay. And that feels the same way with young Danes.
I like Claire Danes. I think her performance as Juliet is solid, especially the scene where she's getting kicked out.
I like when she's interacting with her family. Like, I feel that was like done really well. But whenever she's like interacting with Leo, I feel like I just don't feel the chemistry between the two. It just doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like I feel it in like the '60s version. Even like I feel it in like other Romeo and Juliet adaptations, but I just don't feel. I felt it in the second Lion King movie, like, but I don't feel it in this one.
I despise the '60s version. I really do.
That movie has its problems too, but at the very least, like the acting is good.
I feel the acting is good. Because in that one, when Lord Capulet is kicking out Juliet for not wanting to marry Paris, I always forget his name. So when
you can call him Paul Rudd if you want to.
I probably will call him Paul Rudd because that's easier to remember. But in the '60s version, she goes off the deep end. She gets psychotic and crazy, and it's not dramatic. It's just scary and it's weird. Whereas in this one, it's a very clear, difficult moment for her, and she tries to reach out to her mother, who is someone that she very clearly has never been able to reach out to before, because her mother's so distant. And just the pain on her face when she realizes, even in this huge moment of desperation, her mother isn't going to help her. That hit hard. I think that was a really effective performance.
No, I think like in sparing moments, I feel like when Claire Dunn, I guess it comes down to the fact that when it comes to just the chemistry between the two characters, I just don't think they work well.
I think you've just got a bias against young Leo, and anytime he interacts with anyone, you're going to dislike him and anyone it spreads to, with the exception of Mercutio.
Except because Mercutio is the best.
Because I will agree with you on that. At least we can agree on something. Mercutio is the best.
Yes, Mercutio is like the only thing. Like he knew, he had a complete understanding of what this film was about, and like he just sells it. Like he just hams it up, and it's like I felt he had a better understanding that this was a Baz Luhrmann film, which like it was. Like this is like Baz Luhrmann, super over the top, hyper stylized, and that's like what like that he had an understanding of, and like he just totally hams it up, and it's great.
Speaking of over the top, can we talk about the amount of crosses and deliberate over the head? You will get my symbolism.
I think, yeah.
Juliet has 3 shrines of Mary in her bedroom. That's weird. Like really, really over the top shrines. It was so creepy. I forgot that. And so when I was watching it was...
The producers are asking us to wrap up. Like we've been going on for like 15 minutes. We should do like a part 2, I feel. Like I feel like we need to do a part 2.
Maybe.